Hey everybody, Michelle with Triangle Social Media here. Excited to come and interview some local business owners and showcase people in your community and my community and what they do and how they do it, a little bit about their why. Um, I own Triangle Social Media and I help businesses with their platforms, doing social media management, social media coaching, and some events and networking and fun. So I love what I do. If you have any need of assistance with your social media, feel free to reach out to me, Michelle at trianglesocialmedia.com. And I'm very happy to introduce my friend Wendy, who's here with me today. Wendy, hey, how are you doing today?
I am doing great. Thank you.
Yay, I'm so glad that you came to visit with me and chat. Why don't you give us a quick overview of your business and what you do?
I will do it. First, I have to definitely plug right back at you. Triangle Social Medias provides so much amazing information for people all over and guidance, and you've been great for me and for clients that I have. So very, very excited to know you and get to use your services too. So I actually have a company, an agency called Beacon Creative Lab. Where we turn small businesses that are passionate about their customers into beacons to attract more of their ideal customers. And we do that by helping them get the right positioning so that they are really speaking directly to the people whose hearts will be most affected by them, and then use content marketing and similar strategies to engage them and bring them along the customer journey so that they start to love you and they fall in love with you and stay with you for as long as you can possibly serve them.
That is a handful.
It is.
We do so many things to keep our brands active, right, and thriving. So I have a few questions for you.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. How do you know if your brand is working?
Well, there's a couple of ways. Probably one of the things that's the most telling is if you feel like when you are getting customers coming in that they're just not actually a great fit for what you want to be doing. So it could be that they are, they like the idea of what you do, but they're not at a place where they either are willing or able to pay what you need. It may be that they just don't click with you very well, and they're constantly kind of pushing back on either the way that you do business or what you're offering. So that's one way. It has to do with the actual type of client and customer that you have. And then the other, a lot of times people can feel like they're putting themselves out there and they're doing their work. They're getting a certain amount of business, but they feel like somehow they're not getting the same traction that other people are. And a lot of times what's happening there is that they're not quite connecting with the right audience, or they're not showing up what is truly unique about them. And a lot of times it is hard to figure that out by yourself, just like, coaches across the board would say for personal or business. Sometimes having an outside view can really be helpful.
That's really a great point. Sometimes from another person's perspective, and that's been helpful for me as well. So let me ask you this. What about content marketing? How would you describe what it is and how it can help a business owner?
So content marketing is really a tool, one of many tools that you can use to really reveal who you are, what your business does that's unique, and inform and educate or entertain in a way that draws people closer to you. So it's a little bit, sometimes people are doing similar things in regular paid advertising. For the content marketing, typically you may be paying to get the content created if you're not doing it yourself, but you're not necessarily using paid media to get it out. Sometimes you can, but you can get a lot of traction simply by creating good content. That might be social media posts, as you know, like sometimes that's great content. It could be white papers. If you're in a business that has something a little bit more technical, it can be blogging and podcasting. It can be creating handouts that you give to people to help them understand your system or to get started on certain basic pieces so that they can understand your thinking and how you can help them. So, it can be written content, audio content. It can be also photos. We all know Jenny Midgley and other folks in that category do a great job using photography to help really connect with people. So
Absolutely. So many different people that come to mind as you were talking, that they're professionals and experts in their fields who can help us, right?
mhm.
Podcast experts, videographers, the photographers, people who help like you with, doing email lists and blogging and so many other things. So that I would like to ask you, what would you say are the top services that you provide for business owners?
I Probably the top three are helping them to define their positioning, really see what it is that makes them be different from the competitors, and set them apart, and then translating that into email marketing and website and blog content. Those are really the big three that I
Mhm.
help people with.
Strong
Yeah.
streams of marketing, yes, and
Hmm.
branding.
Hmm.
Love that, and you're
Exactly.
so good at
Yeah.
it.
Thanks.
Ask you, do you have a particular, logistical niche? Can you help people anywhere?
Yeah, well, geographically, I have clients all over the country, so that's kind of fun. You get to really learn a little bit about what makes people tick differently in other places. And then in terms of business type, the main are small businesses marketing to small business. That's a really big category for me. And then I kind of group the others into people that are they're sort of passion based. So people with hobbies or pets, or home type stuff. So people get really interested in learning more, doing more, being very engaged in those kinds of categories. And so that ends up being a real good fit too. Plus, I love to learn about new people and new interests. So it's a great deep dive for me, totally selfish.
I love that too. That's part of what I
Yeah.
love about what I do. So we definitely have that in common. Um, Now, I would love to know more about the name Beacon Creative Lab. Tell us about the name of your business and a little bit about your brand.
Well, Beacon, I actually just renamed it the very end of last month, and the idea behind it, and it was actually a family project, so that was kind of fun. But the idea behind the Beacon word was really that I see businesses as being, a very driven by the energy often of the owner. And when you get a business owner talking about what they love and the customers they love, you watch them light up. And I thought, man, that is what we want. Like when you are absolutely in love with something or somebody, it brings out this amazing energy. And it's like a beacon. I'm like, oh, that's it, beacon. And of course, creative, because the creative is what we're delivering. And the lab is really came out of the idea that it's almost like a little alchemy. It's not that our customers aren't already gold, but we help turn their messaging into gold. And so, that can help them grow and be more successful. And, ultimately they're happier, their staff is happier, and customers are happier. So couldn't ask for
Love
more.
that. Yeah. I love to learn about, because the name represents your brand. There's a story usually, as you shared, behind that and how you came up with it, what the words mean. Words have
Mm,
meanings. And so, yeah, that's wonderful. I love that. And so people can reach out to you and connect with you. And I would invite everybody to do that. And so in the thread of the video here, we're going to invite Wendy to share your links, your website, all of your social
great.
media platforms.
Will do.
Yeah. Do you have anything going on in your business, any promotions or things that you just want to announce about your
Oof,
business?
goodness. Not, I don't have any dates for anything yet, but I am working on a webinar series that would help get people with some of sort of the core steps that they can take to kind of to begin the process of looking at their branding themselves. And hopefully get them started on something. And then if they feel like they need help, obviously I'm here. But there is a lot of work that people have to do on their own, and so that can be a great kickoff for them.
That sounds interesting. I look forward to that.
Yeah,
It's always good to, self-analyze, not just once, but periodically, right? Do a checkup
absolutely.
on
Hmm.
your branding just see, is our messaging in line with what our goals are and all that good stuff. So thank you so much for coming on. I invite everybody to connect with Wendy. She's a wonderful person. I know her personally. I use her services. Wendy, is there anything you'd like to leave us with before we go?
No, just go forth, rise up, and live your brand.
Love that. All right. Well, you guys have a wonderful day. We'll see you next Wednesday at 12 for Social Soundbites with Michelle. Thank you again, Wendy, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks so much. Bye-bye,
All right.
everybody.
Bye.